Hello, aspirants, and welcome back to Rungta IAS Academy's Policy Watch. I'm Professor Sharma, and today we're tackling a massive topic for your General Studies Paper 3 Economy syllabus. We're decoding the 37,500 crore rupee cabinet package for coal gasification. Greetings, students. Professor Verma here. Let me assure you, mastering this specific policy notification is absolutely essential for your exam preparation. The Union Cabinet's push towards coal gasification isn't just your standard current affairs update. It's a core structural reform in our energy sector. So, let's get straight to work. Exactly, sir. Our syllabus mapping for today's explainer is simple. Number 1, GS3 coal gasification package context. 2, tenure and financial incentives. 3, crucial caps for your mains. And finally, number 4, the interview perspective. Moving right into Section 1, GS3 context, decoding official text. As future administrators, your primary duty is to decode official government text accurately, right? You simply cannot rely on secondary interpretations. Looking directly at the primary source document, you'll notice the headline figure. The Cabinet has approved a whopping 37,500 crore rupee package to boost coal gasification.
It's a massive financial outlay, students. The government is heavily incentivizing the production of syngas, which, as the text explicitly notes, directly leads to coal gasification. But, to make this viable for the industry, the government really had to step in with strong, concrete policy support. Let's look at exactly what that support entails.
That brings us to Section 2, tenure and financial incentives. Let's look at the key policy components. Now, the specifics here are what you absolutely must memorize to enrich your mains answers and fetch those crucial extra marks. Let's break down the two major components. The first major component revolves around this exact number, 30. The scheme extends the coal linkage tenure up to 30 years. Now, why is this significant for your mains paper? Well, by guaranteeing a coal linkage for 3 whole decades, the government is providing immense raw material security specifically for the production of syngas. It's a massive long-term assurance for any corporation entering the space. Very well explained, sir. Now, apart from that 30-year time benefit, there's a direct capital subsidy. The policy clearly states that the scheme accords a financial incentive of up to 1/5 of the cost of plant and machinery.
Right. So we're completely separating the raw material tenure from the machinery cost subsidy. The government is essentially saying, hey, we'll cover up to 20% of your heavy plant and machinery costs. This significantly de-risks that huge initial investment hurdle for these massive engineering projects.
Okay, moving on to Section 3, crucial caps for mains. These are the funding boundaries. I'd highly advise all aspirants to take a mental screenshot of this data table. This is pure, high-heeled, factual data for your quick revision.
Let's rapidly decode it. For a standard single project or any single product-centered project, the financial incentive is strictly capped at 5,000 crore rupees.
But notice the very important exception right below that. For projects specifically producing SNG, that is, synthetic natural gas, and urea, the cap actually extends up to 9,000 crore rupees.
Precisely. And finally, look at the bottom row. The absolute limit for a single corporate entity across all project categorizations is 12,000 crore rupees. You absolutely must differentiate these 3 tiers clearly in your mind. The 5,000 crore base cap, the 9,000 crore SNG and urea exception, and the absolute 12,000 crore limit per entity.
And finally, Section 4, the interview perspective, where we focus on analytical thinking. Rote memorization of those caps, that's going to get you through the mains examination. But the UPSC personality test requires you to actually understand the logic behind the policy.
Exactly. So here is a provocative mock interview question to test that, based directly on that single entity cap. How does capping incentives at 12,000 crore rupees prevent corporate monopolies in coal gasification?
Think about this analytically, aspirants. The total package is 37,500 crore rupees. By restricting the maximum benefit that any single corporate entity can avail to 12,000 crore rupees, the policy mathematically ensures that the funds cannot be entirely consumed by just one giant conglomerate. It essentially forces market diversification and guarantees that multiple players are going to enter the clean coal ecosystem.
Excellent point to ponder. You definitely want to keep that high-level analytical angle in your mind. And that concludes our structured explainer of the coal gasification package. Revise your notes, keep focusing strictly on the syllabus, and we'll see you in the next session of Policy Watch. Keep studying hard, aspirants.